Welcome to Infinity Capital, everyone. My name is Raj. Today we are going to discuss banks. So I was going through the past 21 years of returns of Bank Nifty. Looking at Bank Nifty here. And what I have done is basically I have taken, the returns, trailing 12-month returns going back to December of every year, right? So we are currently in the first week of December, and these individual vertical pink lines denote first week of December for every preceding year. So what I have done is, if you see, as compared to last year, from 2020 December to 2021, the returns are at 20%. So if we look at the past 2-year returns, the returns are at 7%. The past 3 years returns are 11%. Past 4-year returns of Bank Nifty are 11%. All right. So basically, if we look at Bank Nifty from a 2-year, 3-year, 4-year perspective, the returns are much less, and Bank Nifty has been underperforming as compared to the Nifty mid cap small cap index. Now if we do a look back, say more than 4 or 5 years ago, so you will see that the Bank Nifty has been constantly churning out returns of 20 to anywhere between 20 to 25%. So from 15 to 21, the returns were 20%. From December 14 to December 20, the returns were 14%. Obviously, during December 14, markets were much higher. Post that, markets started correcting. So in December 15, Bank Nifty was available at very attractive rates. Post which it made a comeback, and then it started giving you good returns, right? So if we look back any year, from December 11 to December 21, the returns are 31%. From, so this is the peak, December 10. From December 10 till December 21, the returns are 20%, right? From Jan 2008 peak till Feb 21, the returns are 20%. Now it becomes more interesting the more further back we go. So if we start looking at returns from December 2005, December 2004, and so on and so forth, the returns are staggering. From December 2000 till December 21, so past 21-year returns are at 175%. These are absolute returns, not CAGR returns. So this is one thing. Now I have come to the weightage of banking and finance. So banking and finance has 32% weightage in the Sensex. So looking at that, 32% of weightage, there is no way that the market will continue to rise and banking and financial sector will continue to not perform. And we have to understand one thing, although this sector has been not performing, but there is always a contra trade to be made. The sectors which continue to underperform for a long period of time generate massive returns. They'll just start going. They'll just start going up very quickly if they've not been performing for a long period of time, right? So this is just to put things into perspective. So if we look at the past 2, 3, 4 years of Bank Nifty returns, the returns are pretty negligible. So according to me, Bank Nifty, we can expect at least a 30-40% rise in Bank Nifty, in the next 1 year, right? So this is what I am looking at. Now let's quickly look at some of the banks and what's happening with the banks. So if you look at the PE of ICICI Bank, you'll see that post the April crash, the PE is pretty much at the same place. There has been no re-rating in the PE, and the median PE is around 24. The stock is trading at a PE of 23. However, if we look at the you know, the profitability of companies have gone up significantly. You know, so ICICI Bank per se, the stock has performed, but if you look at other stocks, they've failed to perform, right? So if we do a look back, say, you know, 1 year, ICICI has given decent returns, right? But there are some other banks where the returns are not that great. So if we look at this from a PE perspective, I believe that, you know, re-ratings will come in these banks because profitability is coming in. And let's look at ICICI Bank's NPAs. So the NPAs are at around 2%, gross NPA is 6.7%, and net NPA is around 2%. So it's high, obviously, because last year we went through a colossal, you know, economic issue. However, you know, once these numbers stabilize, they get back to the range of 1.5 to 1.2. We'll see more profitability coming in and re-rating happening in these stocks. So we, COVID started in March 2020, and we are in, say, December 2021. So it's been more than, say, 18-19 months. And we can take a calculated bet that in the next 6 to 8 months, you know, these NPAs will be behind us, and you know, returns will be fabulous in these stocks. Let's quickly look at HDFC Bank. Just a second, guys. HDFC Bank. We come to the chart and we look at the PE ratio. So it is trading below its median PE. The median 5-year median PE is around 28. HDFC Bank is trading around 24 PE. Okay. Let's look at the NPAs for HDFC Bank. Let's find out what the NPAs look like. So HDFC gross NPAs are 1.36%, net NPAs are 0.39%. And you see, these numbers are so fabulous for HDFC Bank, because the past, you know, say September 2020 from, just a second, guys. Yeah. So from March 19 to September 2021, the NPAs are pretty much in, gross NPAs are pretty much, you know, at par. And the net NPAs are also, you know, they are little higher as compared to 2 years ago, but they are still better. They are still all right. They are not that bad. So these NPAs are pretty good. And let's quickly look at ICICI Bank also once again, because you know, I was just a second, guys. ICICI Bank, because I made a mistake over there. I was looking on the far right of my screen. So we come to financials. Yeah. And September 2021, see, the NPAs have actually gone down. So September 2021 gross NPAs are at 4.82% and net NPAs are falling. So this is the reason why we can expect a good, you know, revival in the prices in these stocks. Let's also look at Kotak Bank. So Kotak Mahindra Bank, what's happening here? On a PE front, Kotak is still trading at a higher PE of 28, median PE is 38, right? And let's look at Kotak's NPAs. So HDFC Bank has the lowest NPAs currently, and HDFC Bank has been, they manage their risk pretty well. So when we look at Kotak's Bank gross NPA, they are a bit on the higher side as compared to ICICI and HDFC. Their net NPA is at 1%, right? So what else do we have? Axis Bank. So Axis Bank financials. What is happening with Axis Bank? So just a second, guys. Let's look at the consolidated numbers. No, this is not Axis Bank. Just a moment, guys. Axis Bank financials. Yeah. Yes. So let's look at the consolidated numbers. Net gross NPA is 3.53%, net NPA 1%. So in pretty much in line with the industry. HDFC Bank is definitely, you know, the best risk manager currently. So these are the top banks that, you know, I am looking at. Now we'll look at other banks where there are certain opportunities like PSU. You know, we've been hearing that, you know, basically privatization of PSUs can happen, you know, in the coming year, because LIC IPO is coming up. So if privatization happens, you know, these stocks will start doing much better. So obviously Canara Bank, you know, and net NPAs are much higher, right? So Canara Bank gross NPA is 8.42%, net NPA is 3.2%. Let's look at Indian Bank. Indian Bank, most PSUs, the gross NPAs are going to be higher. So, you know, Indian Bank gross NPA 9.56, net NPA 3.26, right? And let's look at Bank Baroda. So Bank Baroda financials, the gross NPA is at 8%, net NPA is at 2.83%. So Bank Baroda actually is doing much better as compared to 2019, right? So, you know, once we get over this overhang of NPA, if you look at the average NPA, Bank Baroda has been having an average NPA of 3.44%. You know, these average gross NPA has been around 8, 9, 10%. So Bank Baroda actually is doing pretty well in terms of managing their risk right now as compared to 2018-19. You know, their NPAs have actually become better. A lot of banks have deleveraged, and with you know, the IBC coming into picture, you know, a lot of companies are going through the IBC process and they are paying back the loans. So massive deleveraging is happening at corporate level, and these NPAs are going to become better. On top of that, when privatization happens, you know, some private bank will take over these banks, and then they will rectify the mistakes that these banks have been doing. So massive opportunity exists in these banks, because if we look at Canara Bank, you know, just from a pure profit and loss perspective, revenue perspective, so their revenues are rising. Their revenues were stagnant, you know, between March 2015 and 2020, but post you know, if you see March 2021 and trailing numbers, their revenue have risen. They've clocked in highest profits. You know, they've clocked in highest profits in the history of the bank, since 2010. Revenues are at highest and profits are also highest. So I have Canara Bank, Indian Bank and Bank Baroda in my short-term portfolio right now, because I believe that these stocks will do much better as compared to, you know, the private banks, because private banks, there is not much scope to do anything. The reason for that is, you know, it is priced well, and also to move a 7 lakh 8 lakh crore market cap bank, you need a lot of money, or you need continuous re-rating. So HDFC Bank has a market cap of 8 lakh crores. Now for this stock to go up by 20-30%, you know, the market cap has to go up by 2.5 lakh crores. So there has to be massive buying in this stock for this stock to go up by 2.5 lakh crores. But for a Bank Baroda, you know, if if you look at the profitability again, Bank Baroda profitability was stuck between 40 and 52,000 crores. But you know, their revenues have risen, their profit has also risen. They are not clocking the highest profits, but they have clocked highest profits in the past 5-6 years, right? So Bank Baroda is what, 45,000 crores. Now it is easy to move these stocks. You know, somebody takes a 5% position or a 2-3% position in this stock, it becomes easy for this stock to go up. But for a 10 lakh 10 lakh crore market cap company, it becomes very difficult to go up 20-30% in a short period of time. So this was the analysis, guys. According to me, in the past 3-4 year returns of Bank Nifty are you know, very poor. It has been an underperformer and it will continue to perform. So I will be looking very closely at some of these bank names. HDFC and Kotak Bank are a part of my long-term portfolio, and currently Canara Bank, Federal Bank, Indian Bank, and Bank Baroda. These are a part of my short-term portfolio. So I'm going to make a video on these 4 banks as well, the the small banks that I'm holding. So this was the analysis, guys. This is not a buy sell recommendation. This is an educational video. Thanks a lot for watching.